Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Gina, and it's Gina's signatures. So, hello, guys. Thank you all. Thank you. So today, I'll be making this beautiful Bubu dress. It's a Bubu with shoulder pleat, and it has a belt to make it fitted. I'll give it shape, and of course, it's going to be having a collar around the neckline. So, if this is what you're interested in, and I made use of a Kampala. Or adire as we call it in this part of the world. So this fabric came out very beautiful and my clients really loved it. So if you're interested in this tutorial, please don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and kindly please watch it till the end because it is quite detailed. Yeah, so like I said, if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. So without wasting further ado, let me get right into it. So yes, I have my fabric already folded on the table, as you can see. Yeah, so I just had to do this so that I won't have to open it up again, and also I just want to use this paper as an illustration so that you would understand what I did. So as you can see this paper as it is, you see that side that I'm pointing at is the yardage area, and then of course this other side is the length. So you fold by the yardage and then you fold again into 4 because the shoulder part is not going to be having any joining. You're going to be leaving it like so, and we're going to be cutting both the front and the back simultaneously, yeah, like we're cutting it the same time. I believe you understand what I'm saying. Don't mind me, I speak too much grammar. So that is what I'm just basically showing you on the table, as you can see. So exactly how the paper looks, that is how the fabric is unfold. So that is that. So now we're just going to dive right into the cutting of the style proper. So the first thing you do is just to get the length of your gown. The length of my client's gown is 60, and I'm adding 2 inches to that, and that would make it 62 inches. So what I have on my table, as you can see, is 62 inches. So I'll be making use of the old folded clothes. Yeah, I would have even wanted it to be more than this, but this is what I can get, so I'm just going to be making through with what I have. So now the next thing I'm going to be making now is to get my neck width, and I'll be making use of 3/4. You can make use of 3 inches if you want. You can make use of 3.5 inches if you want, but I'm making use of 3¼ And then for the back neckline, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. And then for the front neckline, the depth, I'll be coming down by 9 inches. So this entirely depends on what your client actually wants. Yeah. So let me just connect the back neckline, and then I'll be slanting that of the front because it's going to be in form of a V shape. So I'm just going to be making use of my, don't mind this pattern master, it can be so funny at times. And don't mind me, I was carried away right here because I was gisting away while I was cutting this clothes. Don't mind me. So I'm just trying to connect the neckline, as you can see, just slant it from the neck width down to the depth. So we have both the front and then the back neckline drawn out already. So I don't like the V that gave me, so let me just use the pointed edge and then just slant it like so. So there we have it. And so the next thing we're going to be going to is to go to that folded part. So there's no need to come for shoulder slope or shoulder slant. No, this tutorial, you don't need that. So I'm just going to be coming down for my round sleeve, and I'll be marking 12 inches. So do well to take your client's measurement around the round sleeve area because this is going to be a loose cloth. It's not supposed to be tight. So I marked 12 inches right there. And then the next measurement I'll be taking is from my shoulder to my hip line. So that is what I'm trying to get, and that is what I just marked. So I'll be rolling that out on a straight line. So that is my shoulder to my hip line. And then on that area I'll be marking out my hip measurement. Then my client's hip is 46 inches, yeah, so 46, so yeah, 46 divided into 4, whatever that gives you, you're going to be marking that. And then I added extra 4 inches allowance, so that would cover my allowances. And then to make the cloth a little bit free, because of course it's not meant to be a tight fitted style. So the extra 3 inches is just to make it bogus, yeah, but if you don't want it too bogus, you can make use of 3 inches. So I'll be marking my hip measurement divided by 4, and then of course I'll be adding 4 inches extra. And then whatever I have, the total of what I have right here on that my hip measurement, I'll be taking it down to the length of the gown. So because my table is not that big, please, I'll have to shift this up so that I'll be able to mark it. So I'll just come here and then I'll mark whatever I have there. So I'll just like try to mark it like so instead of making use of my ruler. But if you feel you want to make use of your ruler, you can go ahead and do that. So this is just another way in which you can get a straight line if you don't have a long ruler. And like I always say, please always take a note of the designs on your fabric, because design fabric before cutting your fabric is very, very important. So please kindly take note, yeah. So now I've gotten the length and I've gotten the hip measurement. Now the next measurement I'll be taking, that is if you want it to have a little bit of a cowl effect by the side. But if you don't want it to have a cowl effect at the side, I don't think you need this at all. So now I'm going to be measuring my shoulder to my knee line. So do well to take the measurement of your client from your shoulder to your knee. And when taking the measurement of that, ensure that shoulder to knee is like 1 inch or 2 inches above your client's knee. You don't want to measure it exactly on the knee line, yeah. So that is my shoulder to my knee. So the next thing I will be doing now is just to get the midpoint between my hip line and my knee line. So I'm going to be placing my tape like so in order to get the midpoint, so that I'll be able to carve out my cowl effect very easily. So you get the midpoint and then you mark that. So I've gotten the midpoint, as you can see. So the next thing that I'll be doing now is just to come to my round sleeve area where I came down by 12 inches, yeah. I'll be coming there and I'll be coming in by 2.5 inches. If you like, you can come in by 2 inches, you can go in by 3 inches. There's no definite measurement for that, so it's as you please, you can do it. So I made a curve and then I'll be drawing that curve in front of a slant, like writing like a letter C. So you can see what I'm doing. Just do it like that and then carve it to meet that midpoint that you got between your hip line and then your knee line. I believe you understand what I mean. Sorry, the camera was not really capturing that very well, so I'm going to be shifting it up a little bit so that you'll see what I did. Yeah, so you can see I just had to carve it out like so and then came down to meet this line, as you can see, so that it will have just a slight cowl effect at the side. Like I said, if you don't want this cowl effect, you don't need to do all that. You just connect from your round sleeve down to your hip measurement and then you cut it out straight like so. Or you can get your waist measurement and then give it a little bit of shape. So I'll be cutting out the neckline, the back neckline first. Please kindly note, cut out the back neckline first, and then I'll be cutting out the side as well. As you can see, I just intentionally, I don't like fast forwarding all these places because I want you to see everything I did very, very well. So now I'm cutting this, as you can see. Just follow the way you chalked it, yeah, and then you cut it out like so. So I'm trying to shift this so that I will be able to cut out the length of the remaining fabric. So as you can see, this is what we have. So before we make any adjustment to the front neckline, I'll be opening this up, and then I'll be placing the fronts on one side, and then I'll be placing the back on one side. So you'll be seeing what I'll be doing shortly. I was just trying to cut out some edges right there because it was not sitting proper, so I had to cut out some parts. So as you can see now, this is what we have, and it's already looking very, very beautiful, even without sewing it yet. So now I'll just be opening this up. So I'll open this like so. Just take it easy. Just make sure that the back side is on one side. And how are you going to determine that? You determine it because you know where the neckline is, and you know you've not cut out the front neckline, so you know that the front is on one side and then the back is on one side. So just make sure everything is properly arranged, and then you're good to go. So now I've arranged that properly. As you can see the neck depth that I had marked earlier, and I've not cut it out, so you can see it, and that's the other side is the back neckline. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to come to that neck depth that I marked. Remember, I marked 9 inches for my neck depth, and right there on that line I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches. Yeah, you can make use of 2, you can make use of 2.5, depending on how you want it, but I'll be marking 1.5 inches from that point down to the length of the gown. So if you have watched up to this level and you have still not subscribed, Abba, what did this girl do to you now? Encourage your girl, yeah? Thank you. So I'll just mark that 1.5 inches all the way down, because I don't like where the collar comes out too big. Yeah, I just discovered that I don't like that. I like it when it's a little bit just thin, like a little bit better. Like, I don't want it big, so I've gone ahead to mark that all the way down, as you can see, and so I'll be cutting that out. So I've cut it up to the level where we get where the neck depth gets to. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now, because I know you'll be wondering, how am I going to cut that place? No, you just take your pattern master, your ruler, and then you slant it from that midpoint of the back, and then you slant it into the 1.5 that you have right there, and that is it. So you just cut it out like so. Easy breezy. Does it. So just cut it out like so. So that one is off. So just make sure you notch that your neck depth, because by the time you're fixing your collar, that is where you'll be starting your sewing from, so that you know or indicate where your neck depth is going to start from. So that is what I'm doing right there, and then I'm giving it a very small notch so that I will not be confused when I get there. And then for the middle back, just give it a little notch, or you can take it to your ironing board and then give it a very good press, so that the gator is going to be showing. The lines will be visible for you when you want to sew it. So now we're basically through with the cotton, and then the next thing we're going to be doing, so when I open it up, you can see the way it looks like so. So the next thing I will be doing right about now, I was just trying to arrange it very well. So the next thing that I'll be doing right now is to take the measurement of that area that I cut out, that 1.5 inches, and then I'll be taking the measurement from the length of one side to the other side, so that we'll be able to fix our collar. So I'll just take my tape and then measure it all the way from here down to the other side. So you take your tape and then you take the measurement like so. So I had 130 something inches, and so what I will be cutting out is going to be, I may cut up to 140. If it's too much, then I can just cut it out. So when I want to cut my collar, remember that I cut out 1.5 inches. So if I want to cut my collar now, I'm going to be cutting 2 inches on fold, so that I'll be making use of I'll be making use of half an inch to join it to the fabric. So I'll be left later with that exact 1.5 inches that I cut out initially. I believe you understand what I just explained. So like I said, I'll be cutting out my collar and it will be 2 inches on fold. Remember, it's going to be on fold. So, and then I'll be using half an inch to join it. So by the time I use half an inch to join it all the way, I'm going to be left with my 1.5 inches that I cut out initially. So that is it. So let me quickly go and do that off camera, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So as at this time, I'd gone ahead to cut out the collar. As you can see, I'd already gone ahead to fix this. It's quite easy. Like I said, just cut out your collar, add half an inch, and then you sew it all the way around the neckline, and then you get this. So this is what I have. As you can see, I've already gone ahead to do that off camera because I wouldn't want this tutorial to be too lengthy. And so remember where I told you to notch your neck depth, because I notched my neck depth, and I even went as far as using a chalk to indicate where it was on the right side, so that when I want to sew it, I will not go and sew another place. So I have it marked or chalked on the fabric, so you can see. So I'm just going to be placing one side of the collar on the other side and then run it all the way down, because it's not going to be like that one we usually do, that you join the middle and all that. This one you need to place it on top of each other and then just run it all the way down. You can see how the design of this fabric came out to be. You see the way I arranged the fabric, and it came out looking very beautiful, and it's all properly aligned. So I was just trying to ascertain the neck depth right there to know whether I got it right, and of course I did. So I'm just going to be running that stitch all the way down, and then I'll be leaving like about 20 inches unsewn at the front area. So I'll be leaving like a gap. Now let's go to where we're going to be getting the pleats for the shoulders. Yeah, we have different methods by we can achieve this, but the simplest method that I've seen so far and I've made use of so far is the one I'm trying to do right now. So from my shoulder, I'm going to be marking 5.5 inches, and then I'll go further and then mark 5.5 inches again. So the difference between that 5.5 inches and 5.5 inches that I marked, I'm going to get in the middle point, and then I'll be indicating that because I want the pleats on the shoulder to be a little bit big. So that is why I went for 5.5. You can even go as far as 6 inches here. So it depends on how big you want yours to be. So this is entirely optional. You can just choose what you want. So I'm going to be merging I'm so sorry, the 2 points together. You can see the way I picked it up and then merged it together, like the 5.5 inches and then the 5.5 inches, and then I got the midpoint and then I merged it together like so. So after merging it like this, I'm going to be using my pins to hold it in place. So I'm going to be using to hold it in place, as you can see. So I'll just hold it in place, just pin it down, or you can just take it to your ironing board and then give it a very good press so that that pleats on the shoulder will be very visible. So you can see the pleat on the shoulder that it came out big, and that is what I actually wanted. Yeah, I don't want the pleat to be a little small, no, so that it will give you that agbada effect on the shoulder area. So that is why I made my 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and it came out well, and I loved it. Yeah, it's not mine, it's for my clients. But in subsequent videos, I'll be making a tutorial about this kind of style again, this pleat on the shoulder, but that will not have a cowl effect. For people that don't want this one with a cowl effect, don't just watch out for. Very soon I'll be making a tutorial on the one that'll be just straight gown without a cowl effect. Yeah. So I'm just trying to pin this down because I'll be taking it to the sewing machine and I'll be running a stitch from one point to the other. So whether you want to sew it or just tack it in is entirely your choice, but I'll be running mine from one part of the shoulder down. Like I'll run it like 4 inches down to the side, to the front, and then 4 inches to the back. Just use a matching thread and everything is good to go. So you can see we've already had a pleat effect on this side of the shoulder. So whatever I did on this side, I'll be repeating it on the other side as well. So let me just shift this down a little bit so that I would replicate what I did right there. So you'll be wondering how I got to know where my shoulder is. You can see the chalk there. I indicated where my shoulder started from. So that is, please, if you know you can't see yours, just make sure you give it a very good press so that you would see the crease so that you'll be able to mark it very well. So now I'm marking that same 5.5 inches, or you can just go ahead and mark 11 inches. And then, but if you want your markings to be appropriate, mark 5.5 first, and then you mark 5.5 again, and then you take it like so. Just lift that middle point that you marked and then add those 2 points together like so. Make sure they are properly aligned. Make sure they are properly aligned, and then you just assemble it like so and pleat it very well, and then you use your pins to hold it in place and then run stitches along it like so. So you can see as at here I had gone ahead to do that. I've run my stitch. If you look at it very well, you will see my stitches though, because I made use like a cream color, because the cream color is on the fabric. It's okay, there's no love lost. So you can see I've gone ahead to do all this and it's all looking very beautiful, and I've even gone ahead to iron it and give it a very good press. I've gone ahead to sew my sleeve area, and then of course I've gone ahead to join the sides as well. I didn't want this to be too lengthy, that's why I went ahead and did all this off camera. So this is how our cloth is looking, and it's looking very, very beautiful. So for the neck area, I'm going to be making use of a serger, or preferably I'll be making use of a bias to turn all that place so that it will be looking neat and good. So I'll just be putting it on my mannequin so that you see how lovely it looks. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial as usual, please kindly give this video a thumbs up, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly subscribe. So thank you all, and God bless you all, and please watch out for my next tutorial because it's going to be a banger. Thank you all, and God bless you. And like I always say, It is Gina's signatures, yeah, and then I'm signing out. Thank you all, and God bless you. See you all on my next tutorial. Yeah, this came out very, very beautiful. Bye.